Okay, so methane is a gas produced by landfills, natural gas systems, and coal mining that contributes to the greenhouse effect and global warming. Projected methane emissions in the U.S. can be modeled by this quadratic function, where f of x is the amount of methane produced in millions of metric tons, and x is the number of years after 2000. According to this model, what will emissions be in 2021? Will this function have a max or a min? And in what year will methane emissions in the U.S. be at the max and a min? Okay, well, first of all, how do we find what will emissions be in 2021? Well, that's 21 years after 2000. So all we do is we plug in. This first question is just asking us to find f of 21. So 0.072 times 21 squared plus 1.93 times 21 plus 173.9. So at this point, I'm just going to get out my calculator, which I had somewhere, and I'm going to plug this in. So 21 squared times negative 0.072 plus 1.93 times 21 plus 173.9. And so we can see 182.678. So this 182.678, and this is million metric tons, okay? So that is the maximum. Now, will this, I mean, not maximum, that's the value for 2021. That's the predicted amount. Now, the question is, will this have a max or a min? Well, this is negative, meaning it opens down, so it looks like this. So you can see then we will have a maximum, okay? So that's all we're looking at, is we're looking and we're going, oh, I want that. It's like, man, it doesn't, there we go. First, well, it doesn't want to do anything. There we go. So we're looking at this and we can see our leading coefficient, our A term, is negative. That means we opened down, we have a max. Had it been positive and we opened up, we would have had a minimum. Now, the idea here being obviously we are doing things to hopefully combat methane production and greenhouse gases. So hopefully then our methane production is on the downward. So it went up to a max and now we're hopefully bringing it down consistently. Now, in what year will it be the max or min? This right here means to find the vertex, right? And our vertex will give us our maximum. So I'm going to plug in into my equation here. I want to do x equals negative b, so that's 1.93 over 2 times negative 0.072. Okay, so now again, I'm going to get out my calculator, and I can see my two negatives will cancel each other out, which is good because that should be a number of years, and we don't want to be going backwards. So I have this stuck, 1.93 divided by 2 times 0.072. And we can see 13 years. So, you know, round down. Can round down to 13, depending on how it phrased it. Sometimes you'll round up. In this case, round down, 2013. And somewhere in that year, we will hit the maximum, because point they means, you know, so point that. So somewhere in 2013, and then the idea being that after that, we will hopefully be going down. If we want to know what methane emissions in that year, where we take 13, plug it into this equation, and get the amount. Now, I'm going to actually do that real quick because we should see here. So I'm going to do 13 squared times negative 0.072 plus 1.93 times 13. And you could use 13.4 if you really wanted, plus 1.739. And I get 186.82. You can see that this value is higher than this, which goes, that's our maximum. In 2021, we are actually down by 4 million metric tons if this projection was correct. And this is cited out of the book, out of the EPA, so hopefully it is correct, and we are going down. So that gives you an idea of how to do it, but whenever we're looking at a word problem, the key I want to get across, as soon as you see this max and min, and you see a quadratic, you should be thinking, that means I want to do the vertex, and that's kind of your key, your trigger words. Those two things together. I got a quadratic, I'm asking for max and min. This means vertex.